006-100。二阶思维定义不仅考虑直接结果，还要考虑更深层的间接后果的思维方式。Definition: It is a way of thinking that considers direct and deeper indirect outcomes. 任何行动都有一阶效应和随之而来的二阶、三阶效应。Every action has first-order effects and subsequent second, and third-order effects. 二阶思维要求我们跳出眼前的直接影响，去预判后续连锁反应。Second-order thinking urges us to look beyond immediate effects and foresee chain reactions. 意义：许多决策如果只看初步效果，可能判断失误。Many decisions err when only their immediate outcomes are seen. 优秀决策者会预见长期的、非直观的影响，避免眼前得失，日后亏损。Great decision makers predict long-term, subtle effects to avoid short-sighted wins and later losses. 芒格指出，在人类系统和复杂系统中，第二层效应往往比第一层效应更为庞大，但人们经常忽视它。Munger noted that in complex systems, second-order effects are larger yet often ignored. 具备二阶思维可以防止短视，减少事后诸葛亮式的懊悔。Possessing second-order thinking prevents short-sightedness and later regrets. 例子：政府控制房租，一阶效应，租客负担降低，但二阶效应可能是房东因利润降低而减少供给，新房投资减少，最终导致租房市场短缺，租客长期反而更困难。Rent control lowers tenant costs, but it reduces supply and investment over time. 又如，大家看游行时前排站人踮脚可以看得更清楚，直接好处，但如果每个人都踮脚，后续效应，那么没人看得更好，反而都累。Standing on tiptoe helps one see better, but if everyone does it, no one sees any clearer and all grow tired. 适用场景：在政策制定、投资策略、企业战略中，二阶思维尤为关键。Second-order thinking is vital in policy, investment, and business strategy. 例如，企业降价促销会提升短期销量，一阶效应，但长期可能损害品牌价值或引发价格战，二阶效应。投资时考虑某行业火热带来的估值提升之余，也要思考过热后可能出现的泡沫破裂。For example, discount sales raise short-term sales but later hurt brands and spark price wars. 凡事多问一句，接下来会怎样？这个决定引发的后果还有哪些？ Always ask, what next? What other effects will follow this decision? 007-100。地图与疆域定义：任何模型、理论或描述地图都只是对现实的简化，不等同于现实本身。疆域。Definition: Any model or theory is a simplified map, not the actual territory. 若一份地图要完全精确地表示疆域，那它将大到与疆域本身一样，以致失去意义。If a map were fully precise, it would equal the territory and lose purpose. 因此，我们承认模型有简化，必然与现实有偏差。Thus, we accept that models simplify and deviate from reality. 意义：这个比喻提醒我们对模型和指标保持谦逊。This analogy reminds us to be humble about models and metrics. 模型再好也是抽象，不能迷信模型而忽视真实世界的复杂性。No matter how good a model is, it remains abstract and should not be worshipped. 当现实数据与模型预测不符时，应当信任现实，而非执着于模型。When real data conflicts with models, trust reality, not the model. 芒格常批评过度依赖理论模型而不看实际的人，就如同迷路时紧盯地图而不看路。Munger criticizes reliance on models over reality, like following a map and missing the road. 认识到地图与疆域的区别，可以让我们在决策时勇于质疑手头的模型和假设，在必要时进行修正。Recognizing that a map is not the territory helps us question and adjust our models. 适用场景，在使用任何模型、指标、理论时，谨记其局限性。When using any model, note its limitations. 如经济学模型、天气预报模型等都有假设前提和误差，需要结合现实调整。Economic and weather models have assumptions and errors that need real adjustment. 管理中，看报表数据之余，应实地走访了解实际情况。所谓走动式管理。Management should involve field visits, not only report data. 总之，当模型和直觉现实冲突时，不要忘记地图不是疆域，及时检视模型哪里出了问题。When models clash with reality, remember the map is not reality. Review your model. 008-100思想实验定义，在头脑中进行假想试验，以逻辑推演问题的一种方法。Definition: A thought experiment is a mental trial using logic. 这一技巧为爱因斯坦等科学家所青睐，他们通过在脑海中构建场景来探索物理规律，而无需实际实验。This technique was favored by Einstein and others to explore physics without real tests. 意义：思想实验时，我们能够突破现实条件的限制来检验想法。Thought experiments let us test ideas beyond real limits. 对于无法轻易现实验证的问题，太危险、太昂贵或超出当前技术，思想实验提供了一个安全且经济的推演环境。For untestable issues, thought experiments offer a safe, cheap trial space. 它考验我们的逻辑和直觉，使复杂问题在抽象层面上得以解析。They test our logic and intuition to simplify complex problems. 这在战略规划和创新领域尤为有用，因为很多创建萌芽于假如我们这样做会怎么样的设想。This is useful in strategy and innovation, as ideas spark from what-if scenarios. 例子：爱因斯坦著名的光束追逐想象，他设想自己骑在光束上会看到怎样的景象，由此启发了狭义相对论的建立。Einstein's famous thought experiment imagined riding a light beam, inspiring special relativity. 在商业上，企业进行 scenario planning 情景规划，其实就是一种思想实验，假设市场发生某种变化，然后推演公司应对策略，从而提前做好准备。In business, scenario planning is a thought experiment to predict market changes and responses. 适用场景科学研究、哲学讨论、战略制定等领域。It applies to science, philosophy, and strategy. 当实际试错代价高昂或不可行时，用思想实验来预演。When trials are costly or impossible, use thought experiments. 例如，安全演习时模拟灾难情境，检查应急方案；产品开发前头脑风暴用户使用情境，预测潜在问题。For instance, disaster drills test emergency plans, and brainstorming anticipates product issues. 思想实验也适合个人决策，如在心中演练不同职业路径的发展，帮助做出选择。Thought experiments aid personal decisions by simulating career paths in mind. 009-100市场先生定义：市场先生是本杰明·格雷厄姆在其经典著作《聪明的投资者》中创造的拟人化角色，指代金融市场的情绪波动。Definition: Mr. Market is a personification of market mood from Benjamin Graham. 格雷厄姆把市场比作一个情绪多变的合作伙伴，有时狂热乐观，有时极度悲观。而投资者的任务就是利用市场先生的情绪波动，低落时买入，高兴时卖出。Graham compared the market to a moody partner, buy low and sell high. 意义：这一比喻极富教育意义地说明了市场的非理性特征。This metaphor educates us on the market's irrational nature. 芒格和巴菲特都强调，投资者不应被市场先生的情绪牵着鼻子走，而要有自己的独立判断。Munger and Buffett stress that investors must think independently, not follow market mood. 市场先生有时报价偏高，你应该卖给他；有时报价偏低，你应当买他便宜的筹码，但你永远有权选择不理会他。Sometimes Mr. Market is high, sometimes low. You may ignore him. 这个模型教导投资者要有耐心和情绪控制，不随市场疯狂而疯狂。This model teaches patience and emotional control against market frenzy. 例子，在互联网泡沫时期，市场先生异常兴奋，不断抬高科技股价格。冷静的投资者若认识到市场先生过于乐观，就会卖出或不参与，从而避免泡沫破灭时的损失。During the dot-com bubble, market mood was too high. Wise investors sold or stayed out. 又如2020年疫情初期市场暴跌，那是市场先生极度悲观的时刻，许多优质公司股票被错杀，逆向投资者把握住机会逢低买入，待市场情绪恢复后获得丰厚回报。Also, in early 2020, a market crash let contrarian investors buy quality stocks cheaply. 适用场景，投资和交易活动中，尤其在市场波动剧烈时，将市场拟人化，有助于提醒自己情绪是如何影响价格的。In trading, personifying the market helps note how emotions affect prices. 对于长期投资者，市场先生每天给出的报价只是参考，可以大部分时间不予理睬。Long-term investors see Mr. Market's price as a mere reference. 这个模型同样适用于看待任何群体情绪波动引发的现象，比如房地产市场过热或低迷时，都可以想象市场先生在极端情绪中，并据此做出更理性的决策。This model also applies to any crowd mood swings, such as in real estate. 010-100概率思维定义用概率而非确定性来思考问题的模式。Definition.Probabilistic thinking uses chance instead of certainty. 现实世界充满不确定性，大多数事件不是必然发生就是必然不发生，而是有一定几率发生。The world is uncertain. Events occur with probabilities, not certainties. 概率思维要求我们为各种可能性赋予概率权重，并根据概率和收益评估决策。Probabilistic thinking assigns weights to outcomes and guides decisions by risk and reward. 意义：摒弃非黑即白的确定论视角，转向概率论视角，可以让我们更清醒地认识风险与机会。Switching from black and white views to probability reveals risks and chances. 芒格认为，生活中的很多情况都类似赌博或下注，我们无法确定结果，只能根据概率做出最佳选择。Munger compares life to betting. We choose the best option by chance. 这种思维有助于避免过度自信或过度恐惧，因为它承认偶然性的作用。This thinking helps avoid overconfidence and fear by admitting randomness. 培养概率思维还能提升我们的期望值决策能力，即综合考虑概率和后果。Cultivating probabilistic thinking improves our expected value decisions. 例子：医生诊断疾病时，会考虑各种可能病因的概率，并可能列出鉴别诊断清单，而非武断地认定一种病。Doctors list differential diagnoses by weighing the probabilities of causes. 投资中，巴菲特和芒格评估一笔投资时，会估算潜在回报的概率分布，而非简单地说会成功或会失败。In investing, Buffett and Munger estimate return probabilities instead of saying success or failure. 再比如，下雨的概率预报，如降雨概率30%，就是希望公众用概率思维理解天气。30%号意味着有可能下雨，也有可能不下，而不是确定会或不会。Weather forecasts use probability. A 30% chance means rain may or may not fall. 适用场景、决策分析、风险管理、统计推断等情境都需要概率思维。Decision analysis, risk management, and statistics require probabilistic thinking. 如企业做项目决策时，列出乐观、中性、悲观3种情景及其发生概率， 从而计算项目的期望收益。Firms list optimistic, neutral, and pessimistic scenarios to calculate expected returns. 个人做人生选择，如创业或继续就业时，也可权衡成功和失败的概率，以及各自带来的影响。Individuals can weigh the chances of success and failure when making life choices. 总之，凡是存在不确定性的场合，都应以概率而非绝对确定来权衡利弊。In sum, when uncertainty exists, use probabilities rather than absolutes to decide.